Welcome to Planet Food. Today we're making one of America's most famous barbecue classics, the pulled pork sandwich. This sandwich is loaded with incredibly tender shredded pork, rich smoky barbecue sauce, creamy homemade coleslaw, and served inside a buttery toasted brioche bun. Whether you're cooking for family, friends, or a backyard barbecue, this recipe delivers authentic smokehouse flavor in every bite. Pulled pork has been a favorite in Southern American barbecue for generations. It's famous for its incredibly tender texture that slowly falls apart after hours of cooking. Every region has its own barbecue sauce and seasoning style, making this dish a true American classic loved all over the world. Everything starts with a quality pork shoulder. This cut contains enough fat and connective tissue to stay juicy during the long cooking process. As it slowly cooks, the collagen melts into the meat, creating the signature texture that makes pulled pork so irresistible. Our homemade dry rub combines paprika, brown sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, salt, and a few secret spices. The brown sugar helps create a beautiful caramelized bark, while the paprika adds vibrant color and smoky flavor. Generously coat every side of the pork shoulder with the spice rub. Massage it into every corner so the flavors penetrate deep into the meat. This seasoning forms the delicious crust known as the barbecue bark. The smoker is preheated to a low temperature, usually around 225 degrees Fahrenheit. Hardwood like hickory or applewood adds incredible smoky flavor that slowly infuses into the pork during cooking. Now it's time for the magic to begin. Place the seasoned pork shoulder inside a smoker preheated to 225 degrees Fahrenheit. This low and slow cooking method allows the meat to gradually become tender while absorbing the rich aroma of natural hardwood smoke. As the hours pass, the spices slowly transform into a flavorful crust known as the barbecue bark. Great barbecue can't be rushed. Patience is what creates unforgettable flavor. Several hours later, the transformation becomes visible. The outside develops a deep mahogany color as the spices caramelize into a flavorful bark. Meanwhile, inside the meat, collagen slowly breaks down into gelatin, making every bite incredibly juicy and tender. Maintaining a steady temperature throughout the cooking process is the key to producing authentic pulled pork with restaurant-quality results. After hours of slow cooking, the pork is finally ready to rest. Although it may be tempting to shred it immediately, allowing the meat to rest for at least 30 minutes lets the juices redistribute evenly. This simple step keeps every bite moist, flavorful, and incredibly tender. Now comes the most satisfying part. Using 2 forks or meat claws, gently pull the pork into thin, juicy strands. Properly cooked pulled pork should practically fall apart with almost no effort. Every piece combines smoky bark with tender meat for the perfect texture. The shredded pork is now coated with a generous amount of smoky barbecue sauce. Stir gently so every strand absorbs the sweet, tangy, and smoky flavors without becoming overly wet. This creates the rich barbecue filling that makes this sandwich unforgettable. To balance the richness of the barbecue, we're preparing a fresh homemade coleslaw. Crisp cabbage and sweet carrots are tossed with a creamy dressing made from mayonnaise, vinegar, sugar, salt, and pepper. The cool crunch adds freshness to every bite. A great sandwich deserves great bread. Lightly butter the brioche buns and toast them until they're beautifully golden. Toasting adds flavor, creates a slight crunch, and helps the bun stay sturdy under the juicy pulled pork. Start by piling a generous portion of the pulled pork onto the bottom half of the toasted brioche bun. Don't be afraid to make it overflowing. An authentic pulled pork sandwich should be packed with juicy, smoky meat. Next comes the coleslaw. The creamy dressing and crunchy vegetables provide the perfect contrast to the rich barbecue pork. Every bite combines smoky, sweet, creamy, and fresh flavors into one unforgettable sandwich. For even more flavor, Finish the sandwich with another drizzle of smoky barbecue sauce. This final layer adds extra richness, moisture, and that irresistible glossy finish seen in the best barbecue restaurants. No authentic barbecue meal is complete without classic side dishes. Crispy French fries, homemade baked beans, crunchy pickles, and fresh coleslaw perfectly complement the rich flavors of the pulled pork sandwich. Presentation is the final touch. Arrange the sandwich with the side dishes on a rustic serving board to create a meal that looks just as impressive as it tastes. Great food always starts with quality ingredients and ends with beautiful presentation. Take a moment to admire the final result. The tender shredded pork, creamy coleslaw, buttery toasted bun, and smoky barbecue sauce come together to create one of the most satisfying sandwiches you'll ever taste. Every bite delivers authentic Southern barbecue flavor. Our authentic American pulled pork sandwich is finally complete. Smoky, juicy, incredibly tender, and packed with rich barbecue flavor from the first bite to the last. We hope you've enjoyed this cooking journey with Planet Food. If you love this recipe, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more delicious dishes from around the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next food adventure.